is going on? Blossoms back, and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Now, I'm gonna be real with you, y'all. I've had a stressful week, and like, if I could get any grace from this Pacific Coast Highway carbon fiber, that would just alleviate all that stress that I've had this week. But like, I'm gonna be honest, for me to rely on a pack that has been, taunting me since the beginning of the update isn't very a wise option. Oh, but I guess a man can hope. This is like the last chance. The next carbon fiber that you get from this monthly thing, I personally don't really care about because it's a regular carbon fiber, so it's not Pacific Coast Highway. Like, I want Pacific Coast Highway because I'm really looking for 3 cars, right? I've already unpacked all of the Pacific Coast Highway carbon fibers from the premiums as well as the supercharged. So that's like what? I think that's in total 6. And then I think there were 2 in this one, so this is the last. Yeah, this is just the last chance. I don't know. Lincoln Continental. Okay. Like I said, it's dumb of me to rely on this pack for happiness because it's a pack that's been taunting me for the longest time. But I'm okay with that pull because if I remember correctly, it actually is completely new, which adds on to my collection, and that actually works as a great segue because today's collection is what I want to talk about. So it's a garage showcase of my own garage. It's a garage tour of my own garage. I don't think I've actually done a garage tour this year. I usually do about 3 of my own in a year, at the start, in the center, and at the end. But the problem is I've been struggling to do garage reviews. Garage showcases or garage tours of my own garage because it's too big now and I don't want my video to end up being like an hour. So this is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to start from ultra rare, move on to epic, and then legendary. I'm only going to talk about what I can remember from commons, uncommons. The thing is, right, a lot of you guys, we probably have the same cars from commons to super rares, right? The Blossom choices, and then we just collect what we need. Chances are our rare collection, are very strong, and that's it. So yeah, basically every common, uncommon, and rare that I have, everything that you see there is fully upgraded, super rares, blah blah. So we're gonna start with ultra rares, but before that, I think it's only fair that I show you the super rares that I remember. Like, if I remember it off my memory, it means that it's important enough for me to showcase in a garage tour. So the first thing that I want to talk about, a quirky thing of my garage, are the 5 Ram SRT10s, right? Welcome to Ram Ranch. 3 of them are 233 City Street spec. 2 of them are drag spec 332. So that's one thing that I'm very, very proud about. The other thing is the Subaru Legacy. The spaces don't work here. So the Subaru Legacy, it is the oldest car in my garage, surpassing 2,000 days. I have a few cars in my garage that have surpassed 2,000 days now. 2,081 days. Obviously, everybody knows it is drag spec. Another thing that I want to talk about would be the Charger Army as well. I can't do space for RT, so we'll just have to Charger Armies are everywhere, but I think the official number is standing at 36. I think I have 36 of these. I've not pulled one of these in a while though. I've done a lot of 1 mil openings, and I've not gotten a Charger RT in quite some time. I've even unwishlisted it because of the reverse psychology thing, but I haven't gotten this one yet. And are there any other things worth mentioning? Maybe the Alpha 156, I believe it's called, the collection of super rare saloons. So the 155. So I have 4 of those, and that's really about it. If I remember anything later, then we'll talk about it. But anyway, let us begin with my garage tour, but really just ultra rares and above, which is the good stuff. I have 749 ultra rares in my garage. 648 of them are fully upgraded, and 101 of them are unlocked. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that I have 101 fused material. It's just that if it isn't fully upgraded, I don't have it locked. That's just the bottom line of things. So what I usually do in my garage is if I want to choose another ultra rare to upgrade, I would just select my unlocked ultra rares, and this is like a buffet table. I'll just be like, oh, I don't know, today I feel like maxing out a 4th Pontiac Torrent GXP, so I go do that. And that's basically what I do. And then only when I start maxing it, then I will lock it. Or when I start upgrading it, then I will lock it. So that's basically how it works. So we'll start with my ultra collection, and I'll show you everything that I have. And this also gives me more time to talk about everything because I know that I'm not wasting my time and your time talking about commons and uncommons and rares that all of us probably own. I mean, everyone here watching, come on, you guys probably own a Mazda Miata, a BBR Turbo, so I don't need to talk about that. But yeah, moving on, we got, just a bunch of fully upgraded cars, 3 Max Lotus Elise 135s, and I do believe that the oldest one is a 233, but I don't know which is which. Yeah, definitely this one, 2,042 days, 2,495 races as well. The Countach is kind of like a memento to times past when this car used to be ridiculously amazing. Now it's only useful in style icon events. Outside of that, it ain't no testable god anymore. It doesn't have that MRI anymore. Ranger Raptor, one of those few cars where I genuinely really wanted to see exceed and succeed, but it didn't exceed my expectations, so I want to say, but it didn't do that. The Yukon, obviously it's a prize car, so I wanted it in my garage as an American collector. That is, amazing to me. I got 2 Bronco concepts, and really, I think the goal is to get a 3rd Bronco concept. This is what I thought the Ranger Raptor was going to be, this kind of like, the off-road champion for the 4-wheel drive meta in the very, very low range of ultra rare, right? I thought the Ranger Raptor was going to be that because of that handling, but it seems that the Ranger is too heavy, and the Bronco is amazing because it's so incredibly light, coming in at 1,315 kilograms. So I have 2 of the max, but the goal is to get a 3rd one max and maybe even a 4th. Now we're moving on to my army of Dodge Circuit EVs. 5 out of 6 of them I have are fully upgraded, and as you can see, 4 of them are 233, only this one being 323. Now how can I tell so quickly? Very simple, look at the top speed. The higher top speed car is going to be 323. If it's 130 or above, then it's probably drag spec, but I'm not going to do that. Moving on to the collection, it's crazy to think that we're still in the RQ50 range. So we move on to 51 now. Okay, maybe I do need to speed up a little bit. Got a pair of OPC Extreme Skylines. I mean, guys, they're over 600, and I'll do a more in-depth ultra rare collection video when we hit 700 fully upgraded ultra rares. I do that for every milestone. I think it started with 300, then 400, then 500, and 600, and we'll get there with 700. Ultra rares is really the bread and butter of my garage. It is the rarity that I love to upgrade the most, and really my end game goal for top drives is to collect every single ultra rare and fully upgrade and max every single ultra rare in the game. And this is not just any hoo-ha playing the game. This is me playing the game. So I'm not just going to collect one of each. No, that's not how it works over here. This is like Noah's Ark on steroids. If the car is good, that means that I want to get 4, 5, 6. I don't know how big the number expands. Now this one is a mistake. It's a very special 233 Janetta. This was before the times came up on Top Drives records, I believe, where 323 was actually better. I did go against my own 6-second rule with this car just because it handled so incredibly well, but it just doesn't seem good enough. The 323 is the better one. Once again, guys, remember that 6-second rule. Basically, if you want to upgrade a car and its performance tires, go 323 if the base 0 to 60 is above 6 seconds. But if it is under 6 seconds, then you go 233. 5.9 and below, 233. 6.0 seconds and above, 323. That's basically how I gauge things now. But yeah, so that one's a mistake, and for the longest time I've actually really wanted to sell this car. That 58K looks very, very tasty. I think if I ever find myself in a very desperate situation in a tri-series, then the 58K will be very, very tempting if I want to just spend some quick cash. Not like I don't have a lot of cash, but you know what I mean. Moving on, yeah, just a bunch of fully upgraded filler stuff. Again, you need to remember that I have most of the really good ultras already, and I just want to collect and max every single ultra. Collecting every ultra isn't enough for me. I want to fully upgrade every single one. I got 4 max 131s. These were all done with tokens. The Stillo was done with tokens as well. And then we have my collection of Charger 3s. So 6 out of 7 are fully upgraded, and I wouldn't put it past myself to fully upgrade a 7th Dodge Charger 3. So, yeah, we'll probably get to that eventually. I have two 300c Touring Hemis. One is max, one is going to be fused material for the most part. Two V8 Quattros, another car which I'm on the fence if I should sell one or not. The only reason why I have two of them upgraded was for a particular challenge. That was it. Moving on, we got some Bulldogs, some Vantage Volantes in there as well. I don't know why I said that plural, there's only one. I have two A-Bar 500 R3Ts, and in my opinion, I think a lot of people, when they look at my garage, maybe they might question, oh, so out of all your stock Ultras, what are the Ultras that you want to max out the most? And to give you that answer, if you were thinking that question, I think a second A-Bar 500 R3T is really what I want to upgrade. This car has been really useful for me. I've raced it 260 times in 168 days, and it has a very respectable win ratio. I have two Volvo V90s. They were really utilized during the beginning of the World Expo period. I love how I'm talking like this is like a history lesson. Like, oh yes, during the so-and-so dynasty in the whatever period of Japan or feudal Japan. I don't know, but you know, when you've been playing this game for so long, you know, you just know, and you've seen a lot of things and a lot of metas change. Some you remember, some that you forget. The Q50S, I remember the reason why I have two of those maxed was for a ceramic event. Literally for a ceramic event, bro. I maxed two of those Ultra. Actually, I already had one max. I maxed a second one for that event where I can't remember what it was. It was just I needed two medium ground clearance cars, and that was the best one for JPT, I believe. JPT Saloons, maybe. And obviously the rear-wheel drives were better than the four-wheel drive Subarus. I think it was something like that. But yeah, that was a pretty cool event. I got some Vantage is here as well. A lot of Porsches, a lot of max Porsches. Obviously, I'm a Porsche collector. I got some 370Zs. The Plus 4, one of the few decent Morgans in the game, in my opinion. 3.692, and it's very light, 900 kilograms. Moving on, we have my collection of G63s, the G-Wagon Army. I got two of them, drag spec. One is 323, which actually has been useful to me before. And then we have the stock boy as well. Moving on, yes, I still do not have a single Lincoln Continental Concept Max. A little bit of PTSD from that, not gonna lie, so that's why. Obviously, I got a full house of Honda Civic Type R's, one of a kind, right? 969, 996, and 699. Very rare for me to actually have, you know, cars of all different tunes, but the Civic Type R is one of the best representations of having a car that is useful at all three different tunes. So moving on with the collection, and the reason for that being is because it serves such an interesting JDM niche where it has such a low 0 to 60 combined with really good handling. Sometimes if there's ever JDM in the rain and you can't use four-wheel drive, that 323 Civic might be useful as well. You can also call it slalom spec or hairpin spec. It is very useful. Then we have my Desire Army over here. So I have 3 out of 4 max. One is 323, 2 are 223. I don't think there's any reason for me to drag spec the Desire. Moving on to the collection, the power box. I mean, I give up with this car, honestly. I always thought that it deserved off-road tires. I mean, it looks like it literally has off-road tires, but I don't know if it's ever gonna get it, man. This car has been in the game for almost 1,000 days and it's still at all surface. Whatever, man. Those two are max. I used to have a lot more. I think I had like 5 at one point, but since I was never getting off-road tires, then I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna fuse the rest. I got a couple of Grand Sports for Weats as well. The 550i, I think this got a photo. No, it didn't get a photo change, it's just newer. This is a recent max out, pretty young car. I think I've had it for like 43 days. Pretty young, relatively young. 6.084. I have my army of Suzuki Ignis Supers. The Suzuki Ignis Super stands in the list of cars, which is called Blossom Choice, where whenever I get them, I'll max them. So 4 definitely isn't enough. If I ever get a 5th Ignis, I will max that 5th Ignis, and the same for the 6th and the 7th. Okay, maybe not the 7th. I like to draw the line in around 6. Now, moving on, we have the Blizzens. So this one is drag. Yes, this is drag spec. This is 323, I believe, or 223. Yeah, 323. There you go. I think the main reason why I did 323 is because it has traction control. Yeah, it's ABS. Sorry, it has ABS. So usually if it has no ABS or traction control, there really is no reason for me to go 323 because it's just gonna suffer in the rain against a car that has either traction control, ABS, or both. Moving on, we got the Velars. Yeah, this one I got from my stream like what 3 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago from that stream. We have 6 Porsche Turbo Martinis. This once again was from a historical period in my garage. This dates back to the days of 2018, or even 2017. Very, very old cars. These are prehistoric cars. I think that's one thing. I should make a video about all the prehistoric cars in my garage, or just what? I know exactly what I want to do already. Maybe tomorrow's video. A lot of white over here. I don't know why. It seems like RQ57 just likes white colored cars. I don't know. That's a lot. That is a lot. And then yeah, I mean the RS200 as well, and then the Mustang GT. Oh, the Mustang GT, the drag spec Mustang GT, under the prehistoric car, 2000. I want to say, very close. 1952. Yes, this I've been through everything. I had it when it was an ultra rare, then it went up to epic, then it went down to ultra rare, then it went up to epic. Then it went up to ultra rare, or I think it started as an epic and then went to ultra, then epic, and then ultra, something like that. It's been around. It's been around in a lot of places. This used to be medium ground clearance at one point, man. That's an old one, very, very old one. Back in the day, this thing had like a 3.8 second 0 to 60 or something like that as well. Like it was just crazy and better handling. It was like 89 or something. Then we have my army of C4Ms. Well, not really army. I guess does it 3 minimum to make an army? I'm not too sure. Until today, when I think of the Crosstrek, I still think of Christmas collection. We got some Point 8 GTOs in here, X-Siege S2. I cannot believe that we are still at RQ58. Maybe I should be moving a little bit faster because we want to move to the epics as well. So as always, guys, if you want to pause the video whenever you like, feel free to do so. I have 3 Max Tamoras. Freaking love that car until the Fiji water car existed, which we will see now. Yep, 2 Fiji water cars right there. Incredibly useful. Pretty sure win ratios of above 90%. Yeah, 93. You? Above 90. 88. Okay, so very, very close. Lotus Evora 280, a very recent acquisition, 18 days. I've not raced it once, but I recently maxed it, so that's an 18 days ago. 3 Ford FPV F6s. I do want to get a third 1, 2, 3, 3. This might be another car where it'd be relatively useful to get 3 of a kind, so I might go 332 on the third. I already have a 323 and a 233. The 323 was literally made specifically for a final, and I didn't even use it in the final. So the Sauber C9, I didn't even use it for that because I ended up getting the Epic anyway. And then we have the Viper RT10, obviously 3 out of 4 maxed, 3 stealth maxed. Yeah, those are the Dodge Army. Surprisingly, I only have 2 i4 eDrive 40s, so that's pretty cool. I thought, because I know a lot of people probably has like 6, 8, 10 of those because of electric excellence, but then again, I barely open any electric excellence carbon fibers. 3 of the S63 AMGs. Now, if I remember correctly, this should be a W212, and I freaking love W212. So, yes, there's a soft spot in my heart. I think W212, W214, W216, W126, yeah, W126, W124, and W212. Those are probably my favorite. And the R129, oh, I love those. Anyway, moving on now, another prehistoric collection, the Lotus 340Rs. Then we have 5 Prototipos. I will be maxing out the 5th Prototipo very soon, do not worry. We have more Dodge collections. Surprisingly enough, I've actually not maxed a Charger Super Beat, not yet. I will, but not yet, but don't worry. Those 2 are not going to be being fused. They're unlocked, but they're not going to be fused away. Moving on for the rest of the collection, we've got some Lancias, some Lamborghini Countachs, and then yeah, just some boring stuff. We've got 5 Max 240Zs. This one looks really good for a 61, 3.693. I talked about that car recently in the pack review for the 2019 pack. Then the Porsche Boxers are pretty cool. Like I said, I have 4 Torrents, 3 of them are Max, 3 of a kind on the R32s, 996, 609, 969, and then we have the Mini June Cooper, June Cooper Works, what? The Mini John Cooper Works. Three of them are max. The third one, I'm going to go drag spec. It should be about 3.8 for a 0 to 60 and about 175 for a top speed. So that would look relatively tasty. X-types, I've not used the X-types in a while, I'm going to be honest. Auto deltas, again, I've not used the auto deltas in a very long time. They've kind of been relegated to being my B team now. 5 Zeniths, 4 max out of 5. Peugeot 306 Maxi, I have all 3 max, of course. Much like the Suzuki Ignis, whenever I get that car, I will max it on site. The Navicross, I don't think I've actually used the Navicross. Oh, I have actually. 17 races. I don't even know where I use it in. Then we have my armies of scat packs. I got 3 out of 12 max right now. Trust me, I will max every single one. I want to do so. I love having little quirky features in my garage, and the 12 max scat packs will be a great addition to that. It won't be soon, but it will happen. It will happen. Yes, the Hell Sushi. It's been forever since. Thank you, Siri. It's been forever since I've actually utilized this car, man. But back in the JPT days, this car was actually pretty nice to me. 176 races, and I think that was all done within the first month of JPT, and that was about it. I think this has a pretty decent amount of races, and not actually 104. That's not a lot. But yeah, Hell Sushi, one of the few Subarus with really good MRA. 3 C8 Spider swabs, 2 R33s. This one over here, the lower top speed, this is the 233. This is my most recent maxed. I maxed it before this video, literally. And then yeah, we end up with the 64s over here. So pretty nice collection. We got 3 out of 4 Honda Legends, Janetta G60s, Trailblazer SSs, obviously the Max M5, absolute beast. I don't know why that's still an ultra rare. 3 of the 440i's, one is 969, one is 699, and then yeah, we end up with the ultra rares. I don't know how long that took, but obviously this video would be a lot longer if I added the other rarities. Anyway, moving on to epics. All right, so we don't really care much about this stuff. We got the Corsas, 2 out of 5 maxed. Yes, we have the Aviator. This is where you're gonna start seeing a bunch of wish listed stuff, because I don't want those American, not American Frontier, but Pacific Coast Highway epics anymore, because I'm really only looking for 3 of them. This one I'm gonna be using in the current final because it's 2019 and it's also medium. I think I've talked about that car in almost every single garage tour I've done, so I don't need to talk about it again. But if you have any questions about my garage, let me know down in the comments below. I've pulled this Mustang Mach 1 7 times. I've used 3. There are 4 left in my garage. Absolutely crazy. My garage is actually cursed. Having 7. I pulled 7 of those, not one single of 3 separate unique Dodges. 2 BMW M2s. This is probably my favorite BMW before the G80 M3 and G80 M4. This was my favorite BMW. One of my, I would say, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, dream. It's a dream car that I can maybe afford in the somewhat near future. Like, that's really what I have my sights on. Like that, or like a 560 SEC. Oh, that would be nice. Like I said, man, W126, bro. That is. Anyway, moving on. We don't really care about any of these. This is a car that since the day I've unpacked it, I said that I wanted to max. It's been 2 years and I've not done it yet. It's a great car, man. It's a great car, but this is a very recent one. 27 days ago, but I got it after Pacific Coast Highway, so that car is not as useful anymore, so I don't think there's any urgency for me to max it out. Also, I have the Rebel TRX concept, and on top of that, that Raptor was incredibly useful for the US Daily that doesn't exist anymore. So there isn't much of a point to really max that Raptor anymore, in my opinion. It kind of overstays it's welcomed. I need to finish this car. It has upgrades into it. Yeah, the handling's max. I'll probably finish that eventually, but I'm working on a different Aston Martin right now. I have my 3 Old 37 rallies. These were the only 3 that I had as ultras, man. I wish I had more. But hey, you know, better than 0. Moving on for the rest of the collection over here, 3800S is another car that I've been holding in my garage for a very long time, thinking if I should either fuse or sell, or fuse or sell. Same thing with the SLS. This is another prehistoric car. Fun fact, now it's a mid-range epic at 73. It used to be a legendary, my friends. It used to be a legendary. Can you believe it, man? Can you believe it? This has one upgrade into it. I needed to do it for the Electric Excellence event. Green. We love green. His name is just green. GT40 race car. This is like the American Yellowbird. That's why I maxed it out. One of my few epic passion upgrades, right? Drag Spec AMG GT, C12, one of two, and then obviously we have my collection of SRT Hellcats. It's pretty crazy to see that this used to be my curse. Like, my curse was getting the same Hellcat over and over. Now my curse is just not getting a Hellcat at all. Ugh. Oh man. Alright, moving on though. We got two of the M3CSs, the M340i X-Drive Terrings as well. We got the maxed out Yellowbird, that used to be 79, now it's like 75, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes even further down the pecking order in the future when the game evolves. Pretty surprising though is that this car is still a high range epic 3.197. Oh, you know what though? It got buffed, didn't it? It used to be 3.3. I think it used to be 3.399, so now it's 3.197, something like that. I mean, yeah, okay, that's cool. GT2 as well. I freaking love this dude. 996. 996s, W126s. Oh, that's the pinnacle of just German cars, of German design. In my opinion, that is just, it's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. TC100, also an XRQ79. This was never 79, I think, so that's fine. Moving on to the collect. Oh yeah, we have the Evos, right? All 6 of them. There's no point fusing them away because like they're gonna be so hard to get as epics now, and they're only counted as ultras in terms of upgrades. So yeah, nothing too special about that. Maybe if I ever get super desperate, I mean, the reality is I can still put this into an epic. I could use 3 of them, but I'm not going to do that. And then we have my collection of Charger SRT Hellcats. I have 4 of the max out of 6, and they have served me very, very well. I think, like, yeah, almost 2,000 races on this bad boy. This one has 711 races. This one has 5,973 races, and this has 2,599 races, so that's really, really cool. 530 X-Drive Touring. I got 2 of these Audi SQ7s. This one was the 4th card in a ceramic pack, and then we got a legendary afterwards, so that was really, really nice. Yeah, the Ultima, I really do want this. Doesn't make any sense to me that this Ultima GTR and the Can-Am are the same RQ. One is clearly better than the other. 2 E-Legends, 3 AMG GTSs. I pulled this car many, many times. I pulled it twice as Legends, and then I pulled it, I think, twice as an epic, and I fused 1 epic away. I have 2 max Hellcat white boys, so 1 is drag spec and 1 is 233, because that is the car now. It is better than the Charger, as it always should have been, to be fair. Got a pair of Hayabusas, a pair of Lotus XH V6s. We just got this XH GT3, and I'm so happy. This was literally like 2 days, yeah, a day ago. So I'm really happy that we acquired that. 2 Lincoln MKZ concepts. Got a pair of dongs, JPEs, Lingenfelters. I'm always gonna call it a Lingenfelter. This has gone down from 79 to 78, and I think rightly so. Yes, the Rezvanis. Why are these 2 cars the same RQ? It doesn't make any sense to me, but yeah, I have 5 epic max Rezvanis. Can you freaking believe it? This is a bit of a unicorn car right here, the MG Metro. 2 I-Paces, KTM Expo, IX, and of course, I got this today, and as you can see, I've owned it for 0 days. I got it this morning, so about 7 hours ago, and it is now on its 2nd upgrade. If you guys don't know, I've had this car wishlisted since the beginning of Great Exhibition, and obviously I unwishlisted it because I'm doing the whole reverse psychology. I'm wishlisting all the cars I hate now, and yeah, I got it, so I'm really, really, really happy. One of the few unicorn cars. I know that Canon, he has like 5 of these when they were Legends, but yeah, I'm just so happy to get my first one. Obviously, man, a lot of cars missing, a lot of really, really good cars missing. Your boy has no Farb out, your boy has no Butt, your boy has no Impreza Cosworth, no Polestar, no GTA. There are so many epics that I'm looking for. Obviously, that we don't need to talk about the Dodges. Obviously, you know I want them, man. But hopefully we will get them one day. I'm not feeling too optimistic about the Dodges, but the other stuff, maybe, perhaps. Like, I really want a 924 GTP, but that's aside the point, you know? I'm still happy with my collection. All right, and ending off with 185 legendaries. I'll go through these super quickly. So once again, if you want to pause the video at any time, feel free to do so. This is at 2 stars. I will be maxing this out because it is useful in this current final, but also it's just useful in a general sense. So yeah, that's going to be done. It only needs 6 more epics. One of the few RQ80s I do not mind upgrading, because if anything, this thing is underrated, not overrated. I can see that as an 82, my man. Yeah, moving on now. Yeah, we got the Bentegas, we got the Cursed Lamborghinis. They're all wishlisted for a reason. The Banana, one of those OG cars. Okay, it's not really OG, it's French Renaissance, but it's still old. But I only got it this year. I've only had it for 127 days. We got 2 Syracuses. We got Hollywood as well. I mean, as always, man, shout out Hollywood. 8,212 races, 97% win ratio. Now, unfortunately, unlike Korn with his GTR LM or Wyatt with his ZR1, I don't have like a 100% car. Maybe I should do that one day, but in my opinion, if it's above 95%, it's basically 100% to me. Again, guys, I was a very bad student in high school. That's how we think. Oh, as long as it's a C, it is an A, you know, because it's a pass. You know, that's how we think. So yeah, I'm just dumb like that. So it works in the end. I gotta upgrade it, a singular upgrade on the Taycan. I'm not gonna talk about the legendaries that I have upgrades in too much. I made a video about that already. I made an entire tier list about every single legend that I have upgrades into them. So you guys probably know how I feel about some of these cars. But moving on with the rest of the collection, obviously the SRT10, love it. Definitely shouldn't be RQ91, should be way lower than that. The Tricolor, or as always, Rigatoni, very, very beautiful car. By the way, I just want to say, spoilers, but not really spoilers. It has nothing to do with the plot, but there is a Tricolor in Fast X, Fast and the Furious 10, so that's pretty cool. I was definitely not expecting to see a Tri, and in this spec, I mean, it only came in this spec anyway, but yeah, that was really, really cool to see. We have the M5 CS, one of my favorite German saloons, and then we have, obviously, the Viper GTSR, in remembrance of Pop. I hope he's doing okay. I really don't know where he is, I'm gonna be honest. We have my RST V8 Levante. Handling is fully upgraded because it's only useful when you have the handling fully upgraded, and I gotta say it actually is very useful. So, you know, cars like this and cars like the Ariel Atom V8, like those two are very, very, very useful if you can max the handling. That's if you can max handling. If you can't max handling, there is no point. Moving on to the upper echelon of things, obviously the Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak, one of my favorite max legends in my garage. The Koenigsegg here are Blossig. We've been through a lot together. We have the 94% win ratio, 3,622, almost at kilograms, but you know what I mean. We have the Sauber as well, Jean-Louis. I love this car, bro. Freaking love it. 82 days, 443 races, 95% win ratio. We have Müller, and we also have my upgraded GTR LM Nismo club spec for days, man. 98% win ratio, 145 races, only deployed in clubs. That's it. And the top end of my garage, I mean, we got the Max Pikes Peak, and I think this feels right. Having the Pikes Peak as the highest RQ car in my garage feels right. That is the best car in the game right now. So that just feels good. The Koenigsegg Esco Absolute, the 164 Pro car, all absolute beasts. The EXP, I love it, but honestly, I sound like a broken record, but I think 100 RQ is way too high for this car. If we're a specialist, I think it's a little bit too high, because like really, if you're thinking about drag specialists, then the Koenigsegg Esco Absolute is what you really want. This is the pinnacle, and I get it. It's a 1 RQ higher than the Bentley, but I mean, I'd rather just choose the Venom as well. The Venom, by the way, is the #1 legendary that I want to max. So the next legend that I want to max in my garage, after that BMW, is going to be the Venom GT. It has 2 upgrades into it, and I freaking love that car. I use it so often. Seriously, especially since I don't have the Avia, like 962 races in 166 days. That is really, 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 really fast. So yeah, and I guess one more car that I'm surprised I did not even talk about was the Demon. I still love it, and I love this car in real life, but in top drives, I think it's only fair for me to push this to 10,000 races. It's less than 800 races to go, so that'll be really nice. But I do believe that my most race car in my garage is still the 918, without a doubt. Yeah, 12 1,000 races until today. I still use that bad boy of a car. And of course, no garage tour is not mine without talking about my oldest Ultra Air, which I've now had for 2,066 days. But anyway, guys, that is going to be my, well, entire garage of cars that I find relevant. So let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions, anything that you want to see, but this is what you got. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies. They so fine. Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies. They so fine. Sit back, relax in my